Hey guys, what's up? This is the Demon Corpse, and I don't try to release things today, but because of all the crazy schedules and me really trying to release things on time, thought it was a good idea to release something today, just for the heck of it. But today we'll be talking about Pokemon and the interesting world of that series. Will they ever re-release some of the older games, mostly released on the GameCube, the Wii, and even the DS or the 3DS? I would say no. I will 50-50-ish if you know what I mean. Anything on the DS, Game Boy, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, the original Game Boy, any of those Game Boys, including the 3DS, the new 3DS, the 2DS, so many weird DSi, all those weird DS versions as well. Anything like that, don't take a chance. They may do like a remake, like a reimagine, like a what they did with Brilliant Diamond and Pearl. They may do that type of version that isn't the original pixel version, just a 3D version of those games, and those will sell like hotcakes. I think they will do those. I no doubt about it. But the original versions, I would say they may put them on the Nintendo Switch Online, but that's going to be a while. I mean, a couple of years from now because they got to get the Game Boy stuff first. And after that, maybe DS. But I don't know how they're going to do it. They may do on the Nintendo Switch or the Super Nintendo Switch 2 or the Switch 2 whenever they release that system. It may have a touchscreen, and that's how they're going to probably do it. Maybe. Then there's the GameCube games that like Stadium and what was the other one? Gale of Darkness, and there was like a couple of other Wii games and Pokepark and Pokepark 2, and I think there's another one. I don't know what. It wasn't that big of a successful. Most Pokemon games on the Wii and the GameCube weren't that very successful back then, and that's probably the other reason that they may not get a re-release. And there's probably legal issues, so it would be probably very difficult to get those games ported. Not because it's very easy. Those games you could probably play on your phone. Let's be honest here. It's just legal issues most of the time, but the chances are high for those. So expect those to get a re-release because I would say if you're lucky enough, you may be able to find one at a GameStop. I did see a Gale of Darkness at a GameStop, but it was only the disc only, and I was kind of like, ugh. Like if that it was like $90, and I was like, ugh, that's still a deal. But I was like, no, I'm good. I'm trying my best to get it for under $60. And I mean, if you have like a subscription service with GameStop, you may be able to get under $60 with the points. How they do the system, like buy some Switch games that are complete on the cartridge if you're lucky enough. If they're a good deal, like $20 or 30, that's the best price in my opinion for Switch games now. If you can get some Switch games for like under $30, that's a pretty good deal. If it's under 40, if it's like a collector's edition on sale, maybe we'll grab that too. I don't know. If it's something that you want, but I mean, it's you never know. You never know what you'll find at GameStop, and I mean, don't try to go on the website to track the crap because it's not worth it. I just go the places because when I go there, I always find something I was looking for, but it wasn't on my main list. And I was like, oh, nice, I found it for a good price. And they're always doing deals, so you can get a lot of good stuff for good prices at that storefront. And I know most people are like, ooh, boo, GameStop, they're evil. Hey, at least they got some good deals sometimes, so I'm not gonna really bash them. They do have their moments, but I don't have an issue with that company. I wish they would get some LRG stuff. That would be interesting. That would be make things easier, but I don't know why they haven't. I have seen games from them. I have seen, I remember one time I saw Bloodstained Curse of the Moon, just the second one at a store for $54. I was like, I'll just buy the Play Asia copy, but I don't know. If I find those games for very cheap, I may grab them, but only if they're like, a really cheap deal, like 20 to 15, but I'm not paying $54. That's like, yeah, not worth it in my opinion, but as a whole, just keep your hopes up. You never know what you'll find, but I mean, it's just it's always the 50-50 ish. There's like tons of GameStops around these facilities. If you're in like a city like Dallas, then yeah, you'll be lucky enough to, I mean, maybe find a couple of 3DS games. Like let's be honest here, like that place is like huge, and there's like I think about like 50 GameStops. If you go each one, you may be able to find a bunch of stuff. I mean, you'd be lucky. You never know. You may find PS Vita, and that's even crazier to find. But I mean, well, it's even half price. But even though a 50-50, sometimes you don't know. You never know what they'll sell, even if it is a good price. But most of the time, the Pokemon games are always like one, like if it's like Hot Gold or Soul Silver, I've seen for like 125, Hot Gold for like 150, just for the case, the cartridge, and the manual, not the box and everything. That's like 300 bucks if you're lucky enough to find that for it. I mean, under 100 bucks or even 60, but that's like a gamble if you're lucky enough. But I mean, you never know. They will do half price of a game. So Hard Gold, I think online is probably being sold for 200 bucks. They're gonna bring it down to like 150 because it's like, hey, we gave the guy 10 bucks, so hey, we're gonna sell for this much. Kind of just how it is. But you never know. So hey, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and let's hope for the best, and let's hope most of this stuff does get a re-release. I do believe Gale of Darkness will get a re-release on the GameCube. I'm not the GameCube, but the Switch, or even the Switch too, but more on the Switch. It's gonna be called Remaster. I do believe that's plausible. It is a big chance. I do believe it will happen because by looking at how Nintendo's doing things, they're mostly just going to do physical releases for the GameCube games and the Wii games and the Wii U games. Those are the systems they're more interested in doing a physical release for. If it's below that, it's kind of more of the 25% chance. And I know people say, well, Super Mario 64 got a physical. Well, it was a bundle and it was a very small release date. They say, hey, we're gonna make this many copies until March of some year. I don't remember, but I kind of was like, yeah, I'll just wait. And lucky enough, I found it pre-owned for 64 bucks, but I was able to get it down a little bit more to under 60 bucks. But I was still happy to get it. But I would say GameStop has as well priced the games a little more. Like I still remember finding Xenoblade. I think I've told you guys this. I found Xenoblade Chronicles X for like 30 bucks. I think 30 to 25 bucks. And then a week later, I found it again for 70 bucks at GameStop. So they have started to price their games to crazy prices. But they do still have some GameCube games for like under 60 bucks, sometimes complete, and I have seen that. It is kind of nice that they're going back to those old systems because they know they're a dying company and they have like a massive retail stock of this stuff. And most of the games I've found have been in pretty good condition. I will say that. And weirdly enough, most of them, like even my GameCube, I've been lucky enough to find some GameCube games. And I mean, I don't know. I've been pretty lucky, and let's just hope for the best. But kind of rattling at this point. But hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like, share, and subscribe. And let's hope for some actually good Pokemon games. Oh, dang it! I should have. Yeah, and I did see the new because Pokemon Scarlet and Violet's getting a crappy definitive edition with codes. Oh my! I was just waiting just for them to make a final version, but they aren't. It's just gonna have a barcode, so that's an L for me. I was like, dang it, because I was actually about to buy it, but it's such a major L in my opinion, so I'm not buying it. That's gonna be a game I'm going to be mateys, if you know what I mean, because I'm not playing it on the Switch. I hear that game has not been fixed, and they're not going to fix it, so I'll pass on it for the time being. But I am interested in playing it at some point. But that's about all. I'll see you guys in the next video. See you, scavengers.